Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, that was produced in 1954, became one of the legendary director's most replicated films along the decades to follow. One remake of this landmark film is an Egyptian film called Shams El Zanati, directed by Samir Seif, starring Egypt's favorite comedy star of all time, Adel Imam. It is acknowledged in the film's rolling credits that it's derived from the American film Magnificent Seven, but that's as close as it gets to stating its original, since everyone concurs the American film is another replica of the original samurai film. Shams El Zanati film is called after the main character's name, the hero who leads a group of fighters to help out a distressed village against the villains who are extorting its livelihood, resources, and killing its people who stand up to them, thus resembling the main theme of its original movie. Some of the actors reappearing in both films include the village's old man in Samurai and the village's sheikh or imam in the mosque, to whom the villagers resort for consultation, spiritual leadership, arbitration, and decision making. The sheikh, though, is also loaded with the emissary function that was performed by members of the villagers in the original samurai film. The looters' gang leader, who is causing all the pain and providing the spark for igniting the series of reactions. More horizon is given in this character in the Egyptian version, allowing it to leave a solid impression in the viewer's mind. The hero fighter, who takes upon himself to recruit the necessary number of fighters to help him with his humanitarian mission. Shams El Zanati's motive differs considering his emotional attachment to one of the villagers' women, Hannah, whose husband died at the hands of Boré and his gang. Shams asks her to marry him when the mission is done in return for his help, and she accepts. The young follower, who falls in love with one of the villagers' girls. An added value is suggested in the Zanati film, when the seemingly illiterate girl miraculously finds a newspaper with the young man's picture in it, stating that he is a famous actor who disappeared off the lights for a while. The rest of the leaders assembled group who fight for the villagers' welfare and pay their lives for that purpose. Some of the scenes appearing in both films include the start with men tribe riding horses heading to the village. The gang in Shams El Zanati film continue towards the village and loots its people, providing us thus with dramatic catalyst to further the story. However, the very start of the Egyptian film is a historic prelude with documentary-looking footage describing how such Haliba gang came to life under the English occupation of Egypt and the German intervention in Sinai Desert in the 1940s. The recruiting sequel, where the hero picks one man after the other and makes a pact with them. The villagers meeting with the Reverend Wiseman, in which they reach the decision of seeking to hire a fighter.
ازيك يا جعيدي؟ مين؟ زناش. الحمد لله على السلامة يا اخوي. عايزك في شغلانة. ايه شقاوة؟ انا يوميتي نص ريال مصح. بتعملها ايه يا الصيادين؟ رجلك في واحدة ماتت تخطفك. السناتي كيف جدع بيه؟ شمس السناتي ازيك يا شام يا طلال؟ انا كنت خايف عليك قوي اخويا اديك بالعصر.
The young wannabe fighter, following the hero until he gets accepted into the group.
أنا عارف كل حاجة يا شمس.
وبعدين؟
عايز أبقى واحد من رجالتك يا زناتي.
ماشي عوضك الله. أنت بقيت معانا.
The love scene between the young fighter and a village girl. The final battle, in which the villagers win and defeat the aggressors. The celebration of the villagers. The tombs of the dead samurai at the end of the film. Although the elements of the story are similar, the Egyptian version is made in the context of the Egyptian culture, at the time and place of the setting. Just as Seven Samurai is a Japanese movie, Shams El Zanati is an Egyptian-flavored remake of the same main line of the story, but with so many cultural differences and subplots that contribute to its formation as a true Egyptian movie, loved by millions of fans.